this episode of the vlog, Eric Jumper murders walnut trees. What are you doing? Maniac. Hey, check. We're in, according to the 4Runner GPS, we're in Raisin City right now. Beautiful Raisin City. I don't see any raisins either, but we do see some trees over there. It looks like maybe walnuts, I think he said. So these are definitely nut trees. I know that for sure because they're bigger. They have the chipper over there, the grinder. They have two loaders. I think they're both, if I'm not mistaken, 966 size loaders. They're purpose built. They have the rakes on the front. So those loaders are purpose built to pile up trees and bring them to the grinder. And then they have a purpose built next gen excavator that feeds the grinder. The benefit of the grinder is that you are getting rid of all of the trees out here in this field without having to burn. You can't burn nowadays because the air board says, no, we want air quality to be good. So you got to get rid of your trees a different way. So they bring a contractor out like Josh McCahill Dozing. They'll tear out all the trees, they'll pile them up. The loaders will grab the trees, bring it over to the grinder. The excavator will feed the grinder. The grinder, I think that's a C27 engine in that machine right there. The grinder basically just chews through the tree, spits it out the other end, piles it up, and then they take the piles of chips, spread it out, and then they'll come through, rip it to mix the chips in within the soil. And after that, this will be ready for whatever they want to plant. So shout out to Quinn Cat. Quinn Cat works really closely with McCahill to build these machines exactly as they need them. So these loaders are way beefier than your typical loader is.
First thing that we look at is the long brush rake, right? The long teeth carries the wood material over to the grinder. A huge problem that we were having was wear. So when I designed this, I designed it with replaceable teeth, which we replace these teeth about once every 6 months. Also, we put the cat chalky bar up here to stop just the wear. So it's just a wear item. It works really good. That's a custom that nobody else does. And we have the guard up on the tilt cylinder so stuff falling on it doesn't get it. If you look inside the wheel wells, there's some special guarding in there for like vineyard wire. Say wire gets wrapped around, it won't get in and cut that axle bearing because we have to drop the whole axle off, pull it out, pull the axle shaft out. It's about a day a job just to replace the seal. So that really helps a lot, because that's huge in like a vineyard removal type of deal. The other part of what we got done was all this is like hitch guarding. So this is all protected in here. So if a stick comes through and runs through, it won't go in and stick up into the cab. Other part of it is like the cab guarding. So branches don't come through. They might still make it through, but the chances are a lot less. Down here, this is a special guard that goes for like the lift cylinders for it. And that's all like a special box that doesn't make, otherwise these would be exposed to whatever's coming through on the wheel loader. Heavy duty ladder, which gets beat up. L5 tires, which is important. All the bottom is guarded all the way out. And then this is the Caterpillar Special makes these bumpers for only waste management applications. And so this screen folds out, but it's a protected, and you can see where it's been touched a few times. And who's to say that whatever touched that couldn't have came through and ran into the radiator, which is a problem. It's a lot more money, but damaging a machine and downtime is a lot more money than putting the extra guarding on, you know?
about this loader is it has 2 joysticks. So on my right, I have my, I was going to say bucket control, but instead it is rake. So control my rake on my right hand, and then my motion on my left hand. Now to go back, I hit the button on the left stick here. Puts me in reverse. Where's Chase? Oh, there he is. And I can steer using the joystick on my left here. Now we're getting the hang of it. Well, not really. Am I hired?
You're hired. We're just happy you didn't break anything. The long teeth are what's tricky about it. If the teeth were shorter, it's not that bad. You can kind of compact stuff. This kid, he came from like a dairy place that was spreading manure. No loader experience at all. He's worked for me for like a year almost, I'd say, probably a little over. It's good people, good guy. He's next in line. Miguel runs the grinder on the excavator. When I get the second one, he'll be running the grinder.
Well, at face value, it's like, oh, it's pretty simple. You shove trees in there, but you can tell he's doing that in a very particular manner.
And so some of them, as they go, maybe it doesn't catch. See where he's kind of there, he's watching it, and he's like, okay, that tree needs to be pushed in a little bit. So he'll take that rake and kind of push it into the grinder.
It's amazing how quickly you chew through these trees, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
So busy.
Oh, that's sick. Okay, give everybody a little bit of a introduction as far as what's going on here. We're just off Interstate 5, Central California. I am in Josh's 336. There's some sad-looking walnut trees to my immediate right, and because they are sad, I am going to get rid of them. So the way we do it is you basically take the back of your bucket like so, push it into the tree, and then drive forward, track forward, yeah, just pushes the tree over like so, and then I can push it to the side, maybe dig it up a little bit, get the roots up like that, all right. Now we're in business. Get the other side. And then I can grab it with the thumb, like so, and cast it to the side. And that, everybody, is a smashed walnut tree. And then dig out the roots, if there is any, to make sure that we're in business. Grab this little bit. Oh. All right, and then fill in my hole. I'm sorry for you professional operators watching this. I am not a professional operator.
My God, it's so clean. He takes really good care of that machine.
Yeah.
That's really clean.
Him and his brother, they're my D10 operators, and they're my 2.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
They just don't have work for the D10, so he's out running the machine.
I gotcha.
He started in Mexico. That's where he learned to operate. was on the cutting hills, roads on the side of hills.
Huh.
He said he worked for the company where he was at for a year before they would let him drive an excavator. And then he'd only get to drive it after lunch. He only get to drive it after lunch, and then finally when he became proficient, he got to drive it. The guy has who knows how many hours on the machine.
Being a star is hard. Safety first. It's funny because like we were talking about the boom before, and I've run a bunch of these next gen 336s, and you can actually tell the difference in how it runs because there's so much extra weight out there with the steel plating. It's like hard to be precise with it because it almost needs like more counterweight.
All right, we're gonna have to shut this operation down for unsafe practices.
This is where we cut to me smashing the rental car.
This is my brand new Ford Mustang that we recently picked up from a drug dealer. And we are going to, how do I say this? Modify the vehicle.
We'll see if I can get it going. I can't see anything out of the window. Just another day at the office. Whoa! Did I pop the tire?
All right, we are going to modify this Mustang. We're good to go. This looks great. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I didn't think they'd fold like that.
It just squashed it. I think that was better than expected, honestly.
I didn't even notice the seats coming out of the sunroof.
It's a convertible now.
Yeah.
Is he all right? If he's a pest, it just you.
Hey! What are you doing in my car?
Have you ever picked up a car with forks before and a loader?
Not legally.
Not legally.
Just sit on it like a music video. Two garbage vehicles. I mean, no. Nice vehicles. That's a Ford Mustang. And this is what is this, Honda Civic? Yeah. This is really nice.
Oh, it didn't last very long.
We were taking bets as to which one would pull harder on the, which one would outpush the one, and that one does. Yeah. That's the new one.
Did a lot of work to edit this video with 7 camera angles.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business and talk about what the heck we have going on here. So this right here is a Caterpillar D10 Bulldozer. And they don't use it for pushing, which is why they have that small blade on front. They only have the small blade on front to smooth things out occasionally, but really just to keep the machine balanced. The machine, it's built to have weight on both sides of the tractor, the blade and then the ripper assembly. Both are really heavy. To keep it balanced, they have the small little push blade up front, but the real purpose of this machine is for ripping. So you have the slip plow right here, and what this does is it serves 2 purposes. As they clear farmland of all of these trees, there is hard pan down below the root systems and the existing root systems that needs to get torn up so that the next crop of trees can grow as successfully as possible. And 2, a lot of times now, instead of burning, they're chipping all of these trees to prevent air pollution. So what happens with those chips is you can't just let it sit on the surface, or else it'll take up all the nutrients and won't allow the trees to grow properly. I don't know what the technical reason for it is. I just know they don't grow properly. So they'll spread it out on the surface of the field, and then they'll take this ripper and they'll just go across to get those chips down 6+ feet into the soil, while also tearing up the soil to prepare it for the next crop. So they've custom built not only this ripper, but this slip plow that goes on the back of the ripper to essentially churn the soil as the ripper goes through the ground. So it's not just loosening up the ground like a traditional ripper, it's also bringing soil and it's essentially churning the material as the dozer goes along.
See how it has a line of dirt up on it? You'll see the dirt will mix. It'll mix in. It'll like orange dirt. You'll see like lighter orange dirt. It's heavy duty, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys got some good content on that, crunching carbs.
I think we did. Yeah, I think we're good on content.
Yeah, I think so.
This is really nice.